Hello everyone, it's Susan and I'm here with another book review for you. Today I want to talk about The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This one was great. This is a combination of historical fiction book that also flashes forward to the present. And oh my gosh, I loved it so much. Let's talk about the cover for a minute because this one is so pretty. It has a beautiful bottle on here, gorgeous flowers. The colors on here are just so beautiful. So I really wanted to point that out before we get started on the story because I really loved this cover. And you know, I love talking about covers, but this one was great. It starts out in the 18th century. It is a book about Nella. She has an apothecary in London. It's kind of a secret apothecary, and she actually does something that's kind of shady. So say you have a husband in the 18th century and you find out that he is not being faithful to you. Your options are pretty much nothing because, you know, there's no divorce. It would be super scandalous. So you really have no option but just to ignore it, stay married. And it's really, really oppressive for the women. So Nella comes in and she has a little bit of thing like poison. So that's what she does. She sells poison to women, servants, all sorts of people so that they can take care of their cheating husband. So this is a huge secret. If she gets caught, she will of course be hung or, you know, put in prison because basically she is murdering people. Even though she may not be doing it herself, she is providing the poison. So Nella inhabits this really dark world and she does have an interesting backstory as to why she does this. And that was part of the story that I really found to be interesting, really sad, and to see how Nella gets into it is just really heart-wrenching. But a young lady shows up one day named Eliza and she is looking for help for her mistress. And as Nella helps her, Eliza becomes very interested in what Nella is doing. She doesn't want Eliza to get involved in these things that she's doing because she knows that it's not the right thing to do. She just can't help doing it. But the bond that Eliza and Nella form will echo throughout history. So that's when we start switching over to Caroline's story. Now, Caroline is in London. She is recovering from her husband's infidelity. They're supposed to be on this grand European adventure to celebrate their anniversary, but right before they left, she finds out that he's been unfaithful to her. So she's so angry. She's like, I'm going by myself. I'm going to try to enjoy my vacation. And she just starts thinking about everything that she has been giving up in her life for her husband, the things she really wanted to do that she never got a chance to do. And she really starts exploring who she is and where she wants to be. She was always an aspiring historian, but getting married had kind of taken her away from that. So when Caroline finds an old apothecary bottle on a beach, it opens up a whole new world and she starts doing this investigating and she realizes how much she has missed doing research and seeing where history is. And that's how Caroline finds out about the long unsolved apothecary murders. So as she does this research throughout London, it takes her to all sorts of different places and she starts finding out about this world. It's 200 years after Nella and Eliza, and as she starts making all the different discoveries, she discovers who she really is. So I love this book. I really enjoyed it. I always love books that go from the past to the present and then they collide at some point. I always find that to be super interesting. I really enjoy historical fiction books, but it's always kind of fun to throw some modern day storylines in there as well. So once again, this is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I highly recommend it. I gave this one 5 stars. It was so enjoyable. And we'll have it here at the Carnegie if you want to come in and check it out. And let us know what you think in the comments. So thanks for joining us today. Join us again soon for another book review.